I love that you're so excited. The Hangout is on air. We're live. Yeah. How's it get any better?
Tere teile kõigile, kes te olete üle maailma. Hello everybody around the world.
Around the world. And my friend, also Barbara, is on from Stuttgart, who gave me these glasses. So I'd like to say hi.
Et ka Stuttgardist Kassi sõbranna on liinil, ta tahtis talle tere öelda.
Yes. And the moment I put them on, my body said, wow, this feels different.
Kui Kass pani omal prillid ette, siis see tundus kohe teistmoodi.
Yes. So welcome, Kaidi. Welcome me. And we also have Sophie there in the background. Hi, Sophie.
Tere tulemast, Kaidi. Tere tulemast, Kass. Ja ka Sophie ja Maia on meil siis praegu eetris, kes tõlgivad.
And we are talking about today the space.
Ja me räägime täna siis ruumist kehadega, ühenduse ruumist kehadega.
Of being.
Olemine ruumist.
In communion with bodies.
Ja kuidas olla ühenduse ruum kehadega?
Right. And it's a good thing I have my glasses on because I see that's actually not Sophie from Austria, but Maya.
Nüüd ta nägi, et tegelikult see ei olegi Sophie, kes seal meil tõlgib ja kes ei ole online, hoopiski Maia Ungaris.
Hello.
Hey, Maia.
Hey, Maya. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just a second. Am I okay? Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Okay, lovely. So thank you. I'm very well, and I am figuring out how Google Hangout works with teleseminar, which is very exciting, and I am not completely ready. So how does it get any better than this?
Maia on praegu siis liinil ja ta tõlgib inglise keelest ungari keelde. Nii et kuidas saab veel paremaks minna. Tema jaoks on see esimest korda, nii et anname talle natukene aega selle asjaga siin harjuda.
Yeah. And you know what I just want to say, Maya and Kaidi and Sophie from Austria is going to come back on. She was on before we went live. I just want to say one thing and I'll let you translate that part.
Ma tahaks öelda ühte asja, et me siis tõlgiksime selle, mida Kass meil ütleb. Ta tahab väga olulist asja öelda.
Yeah, I want to say that I love being with you ladies.
Mulle nii väga meeldib olla teiega, armsad naised.
My body loves being with you. It relaxes when I'm with you guys.
Ja mu keha tõeliselt lõdvestub siis, kui ma olen teiega koos.
It feels spacious.
Ta on selline, tal on ruumi, tal on niisugune vabadus.
And it's being the space when I'm with you even more.
Ja mul on just nagu selline avaruse ruum olemises ja kehas, isegi veel enam sellest.
And every time I get an awareness of what being in communion with bodies, with my body and other bodies is when I'm with you.
Ja iga kord ma saan teadlikkuse selles osas, et kui ma olen ühenduses kehadega koos ja teie kehadega.
So whatever the technical stuff is that we're playing with in this particular hangout.
Ja kõik need tehnilised asjad, mis praegu selles hangoutis siis toimuvad.
What if we allowed that space to be the dominant and prevalent space in this hangout?
Ja mis siis, kui me lubame ka sellel, kõigel sellel olla see ruum selles hangoutis, mis panustaks?
And now that you're on, I'll tell you a secret.
Nüüd ma räägin teile saladusest.
I wanted to gift people that, just that being with us, hanging out with us.
Ma tahaksin lihtsalt seda, et inimesed oleksid koos meiega.
And we all, four of us, and I see Sophie's back, we have this huge talent.
Ja meil saladuskattel on tohutu suur talent või anne.
At least one.
Üks igal juhul.
Of being to translate and transmit energy.
Et siis see anne, mis meil on siis tõlkida ja ühenduda energiatega.
Yeah, we all are facilitators of access consciousness.
Me oleme kõik Access Consciousnessi vahendajad, sertifitseeritud vahendajad.
So we do classes, we have clients.
Me teeme kursuseid, meil on eravastuvõtte kliente.
We attend a lot of access consciousness classes with Gary, Douglas, and Dane here, the founders of Access.
Me osaleme väga paljudel kursustel Accessi loojate ja asutajate Gary, Douglas ja Dane Heeriga.
And we have the great privilege and play of translating them for other people who may not understand cognitively their spoken language.
Ja meil on tegelikult olnud väga suur privileeg just nimelt tõlkida väga paljudele inimestele siis seda Accessi keelt.
That's a lot of energy.
Selles on tõesti väga palju energiat.
That's a lot of translation and transliteration, right?
Selles on väga palju tõlkimist ja transliteratsiooni.
Yeah. So we can probably change anything in terms of technological language.
Ja me saame kindlasti muuta midagi, mis puudutab tehnilist keelt.
Right. And that said, if I do disappear, know that I will be back.
Kui käes ära kaob, siis me teame lihtsalt seda, et ta tuleb tagasi. Et sellest pole midagi.
Don't panic.
Käes of disappearing. Always in connection.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. How are you doing, Sophie and Maya?
Sophie ja Maia, kuidas teil läheb?
Thumbs up from Sophie.
Pöidlad üles. Ahaa, Maial ka pöial püsti.
Thumbs up from Maya. Cool. How's it going?
Keeles läheb siis hästi.
So, Kaidi, do you want to talk a little bit about how we came up with this idea to do a hangout? It's very exciting.
Mõte, kuidas meie siin kogu selle mõtte peale tulime, et hangouti saada. Kass, there was really interesting questions came up because I think I had a question, what would it take to reach out to more people and more bodies? Because you come to Estonia soon, right? Me mõtlesime siis Kassiga, et mida nagu on tarvis selleks, et ulatuda rohkem inimesteni. Et teada seda, et Kass tuleb Eestisse, kellel on tõsiselt eriline anne kehadega töötada, energiatega töötada. So, and we came up with the idea to have a Google Hangout. And the question came up, what can be the theme? And the theme, the space of communion with bodies. Et teemaks oli siis, et see ühenduse ruum kehadega. What that exactly mean, Kass, for you? And by the way, the Kass, your name, I love that name, because Kass in Estonian means cat. And if we talk about bodies, cat have fantastic movements and body, you know? And
exactly.
So much in communion, in words, in bodies, and energy, as you be.
Yeah.
It goes like that now.
Yeah. You know,
I need to take it in Estonian, sorry.
No, good. That you're good because also Sophie is translating into German. And Maya into Hungarian, but really just for the folks that attended the 3-day body class I just did in Hevis, Hevis is really how you pronounce it, in Hungary last weekend. So they're translating too, so go ahead.
Yeah, et siis see, kuidas me selle mõtte peale tulime, kuidas ta, mismoodi ta Google Hangoutsi teha. Et te näete, saate lugeda seda, et Kass Thomase, et eesti keeles ju kõik küsivad, et kas ta on nagu kass päriselt, nagu mis mõttes, ja tema eesnimi on Kass. Aga eesti keeles on ju, see tähendab meie armast kiisut. Ja kui me räägime energiakeeles, siis tegelikult sõnad ja kehad ja energiad, tegelikult ongi see ühendus juba selles kontekstis, mis me täna siin teeme, olla ühenduse ruum kehadega. Ja Kass on ideaalne suurepärane näide sellest, mis nüüd kohe saama hakkab. Nii et olge valmis.
Yeah.
So what that mean?
Yeah.
Being in communion
with bodies. Excellent question. And what it means to me it's a recognition of how much contraction we carry around often in our bodies.
Ja käsi jaoks tähendab see seda ühte küsimust, et kui palju me tegelikult sellist kokkutõmbumist ja kokkusurutust kogu aeg kanname kehas kaasas iseendaga.
Right. And once I started doing more of the body processes of access consciousness and classes, and we work a lot with verbal clearings and a clearing statement, I got a new awareness of what's possible with bodies, that they didn't have to be tense.
Ja sellest hetkest peale siis, kui Kass hakkas töötama kehaprotsessidega, mis on siis Accessis ühed väga suurepärased energiamuutmise viisid, ja verbaalsete protsessidega, kuidas siis verbaalselt muuta energiaid, sai ta väga suure teadlikkuse sellest, mis tegelikult võib võimalik olla.
And you know what's funny, because until you don't recognize where you are. So I didn't even know that there was tension in my body because it just was how my body was. It just was me.
Ja kui ta hakkas neid vahendeid kasutama, ta sai aru, kui palju on selliseid pingeid kehas. Ja ta ei saanud isegi aru, et see on tema kehas.
And I remember distinctly the moment when there started to loosen up that contraction and that density, and it was a moment like that for me.
Ja ta mäletab seda hetke, kui Accessi kehaprotsessidega töötades hakkasid siis kõik need tihkused ja tahkused, need kokku tõmbunud energiat siis lahustuma. Et tema jaoks oli see selline, mis veel?
Yeah, we talk a lot about in Access also the apparent density of things, but that really everything is made up of molecules that are moving at a certain speed.
Et me räägime Accessis väga palju sellest, et sellest tundlikkusest ja energia suurusest, et see kõik on seotud molekulide kiirusega, kui suure kiirusega molekulid liiguvad.
Yeah, I'm beginning to understand. And so, I mean, even the wall, which seems, completely solid, is not actually solid. It's a series of molecules so close together, moving so slowly that it appears to be solid.
Ja kui me vaatame näiteks seina, siis seina molekulid tegelikult liiguvad nii tohutult aeglaselt, et nad moodustavad sellise tahkuse ja see tundub meile tahkena.
Yeah. And when you begin to recognize, acknowledge, and that there is space even in a solid wall.
Ja kui sa jõuad sellise äratundmiseni või teadmiseni, et isegi selles tahkes seinas on tegelikult ruum.
And you begin to communicate with that space, and begin to expand that space, begin to enter into that space.
Ja sa hakkad selle ruumiga seal nende molekulide sees, mis on seinas, suhtlema. Sa saad sisse.
It's possible to expand it to a degree where you can be even in communion with an apparently solid wall.
Ja seda võib isegi avardada sellisel moel, et sa saad olla täielikult üks olemises nende molekulidega, mis on seinas. Ehk siis eesti keeles öelda, et saad olla täiesti sein.
Right. And finally, when I got that, I got also how you see, people break a brick with their hand without hurting it.
Ja ühel hetkel ma sain ka aru sellest, et kuidas inimesed saavad lüüa katki siis näiteks telliskivi või mingisugust tahket asja lihtsalt välja käega.
Right. And even the solidity, sometimes we have problems in our lives, issues in our bodies, and we think that we can't change them, a problem, we think we can't go beyond it. It's like this big thing in the middle of the road that we can't change.
Ja tihti on see, et kui me kehades või eludes on mingisugused blokeeringud või takistused, siis meile tunduvad need just nagu mingisugused tahked seinast, millest ei saa läbi minna.
And that's the beauty of this work that we do with Access. We change and communicate with the molecules.
Ja see suurepärasus ja see uskumatu asi, mida meie siis Accessis teeme, ongi see, et me saame muuta neid molekule ja muuta neid seisundeid.
Right. And the density.
Ja seda tundlikkust, mis nad siis on.
The intensity, right?
Ja selliseks, et me oleme täielikult sellega ühes.
And we do that with the energy of questions.
Ja kuidas me seda teeme, on siis me oleme küsimuse energia.
Yeah. So when it's a problem, an issue in our lives, we ask questions about it. What intensity are you choosing with the space of communion you're refusing? For example, an example of a question.
Et näiteks küsimus võib olla, millist...
You want me to repeat it?
Yeah, do it.
If I can. Yeah. What density, and I'll add intensity, are you choosing with the refusal of the space of communion? So what intensity are you choosing with the lack of the space of communion that you're refusing, or the space of communion that you're refusing?
Intensiivsust või tundlikkust sa kasutad, et luua siis at the end of the sentence was?
Yeah, the space of communion you're refusing.
Et luua ühenduse ruumi, mida sa väldid. One more time. Millist tundlikkust või intensiivsust sa kasutad, et luua ühenduse ruumi puudust, mida sa valid oma kehas?
And we couldn't have made this up better, because that's what these questions that we do, they go around your thinking mind and they arrive at the energy of what is creating the density.
Ja küsimused siis teevad seda, et nad hiilivad salamisi sinu meelest mööda ja avavad selle luku või selle intensiivsuse või tundlikkuse, mis sind piinab.
And then, so we ask a question, and then we use the verbal, the clearing statement: right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, short, boys, and beyonds.
Me küsime küsimuse ja siis me kasutame verbaalset protsessi, mida siis just Kass ütles: right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine, short, boys, and beyonds.
If you've never heard that before, you can consider it a magic formula, but it's basically asking the energy to go to the point before it started creating that density.
Ja see küsimus tundub nagu selline veider naljakas lause, et tegelikult see lause loob seda, et ta läheb sellesse kohta, kus kohas see pinge või intensiivsus loodi sinu kehas.
And there's a lot of information about that online. There's the clearingstatement.com. You can also find that on my website, kassthomase.com, information about that. So we won't go into that that much now. It just works and it's lovely.
Ja, et kustutuslause siis kohta saate infot accessconsciousness.com, clearingstatement.com või leiate ka minu kodulehelt selle informatsiooni.
And so that's an example of a question we ask when we're talking about an issue or a problem, when we're trying to break up some of the density and solidity of that problem.
Ja see on üks näide siis küsimusest, kuidas siis avada või lahustada seda pinget või intensiivsust, mis on su kehas, just nimelt selle küsimusega.
And that problem might be you don't generate or create enough money.
See võib olla ka see, et sa ei loo piisavalt raha näiteks, et sa saad küsida selle kohta, et see muutuks.
Your relationship is not going as well as you'd like it to.
Näiteks su suhe ei lähe nii, nagu sa tahaksid, et see läheks, saad selle kohta küsida ja see muutub.
Or you don't have a relationship and you would like to have one.
Nagu sul näiteks ei ole suhet ja sa tahaksid suhet.
Or your job is not fun for you.
Või su töö ei ole sulle lõbus, saad selle kohta küsida.
Or your business is could use a boost and you feel like you're stuck in your business.
Ja äriga samamoodi sa tunned, et äri ei liigu kuhugi, sa oled just nagu kinni jäänud, küsid küsimuse ja see võib muutuda.
But what does all this have to do with bodies?
Et samas imelik küsimus küll, et kuidas, mis siis siin kehadega üldse pistmist on?
Because while we use these verbal clearings on those kinds of issues,
kui me kasutame verbaalset protsesse selliste olukordade puhul,
We also are the energy of those questions when we work with bodies.
Me oleme siis ka see energia, kui me töötame kehadega koos. Täpselt seesama energia.
Yeah, and we can say them out loud. I mean, it's not that, you know, you don't have to imagine them. You can say them out loud. What else is possible with this body when you have contraction or density or even an illness or a pain?
Ja me võime ka küsida neid küsimusi kõva häälega lausa keha suhtes, et mis siin veel võiks võimalik olla, et see olukord siin praegu muutuks kehas.
Yeah. So the space. So that's a really long answer to your question. What does the space of being in communion with bodies mean?
Mida tähendab siis jah, et olla ühenduse ruum kehadega?
It's an invitation to recognize that there is space.
See on kutse sulle, et seal on ruum.
Outside of your body and inside of your body.
Et on ruum sinu keha sees ja sinu kehast väljaspool.
And it's possible to be in communion, in complete loving allowance and communication with your body and with the body of others. So it's possible to be in communion and communication with your body and with other bodies.
Ehk see tähendab seda, et on võimalik olla täielikus ühenduses oma kehaga, kehadega, teiste kehadega, väljaspool sinu enda keha ja olla täielikus lubamises kõige osas ja kõigi osas, mis parasjagu on.
Yeah, and the words we use have a vibration to them.
Ja selle kõige juures on teatud vibratsioon.
Yeah, and those words, the space of being in communion with bodies, has a vibration as well. Yeah.
Siis olles ühenduse ruum kehadega, siis need sõnad öeldes välja või mõeldes välja omavad mingisugust teatud energiat, mis loovad selle ruumi.
Yeah. So solo, I'm going to speak in Italian. Since you're speaking in Estonian, I can speak in Italian. And I want to hear you translate that in Italian.
Are you in Italy right now?
I am in Italy. I'm in Rome. Although it does look like I'm in Africa, but you can see my friend Kaidi here. Can you see her there?
Pilt seina peal, näed sa? Kaidi pilt täiesti.
Yeah, she's looking over me, making sure I'm working. And
nüüd teeb nalja, et ma vaatan teda ja jälgin, et ta ikka töötab.
Yeah. So, does that answer your question?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Et see oli küll väga selge, just mis see ruum on. So great.
Let me check on my girls here. Maya, how you doing? Good? Thumbs up? Sophie, thumbs up. Okay. Just for anyone looking, the reason that they're on silence is because they're actually translating on another line, so that we don't have German and Hungarian and Estonian, which would be really fun for me and exciting.
Pärast on siis Sofi ja Maia seal hääled on maha pandud, et nende hääli pole kosta. Nad tõlgivad täpselt samal ajal kui siis oma keelde, saksa keelde ja ungari keelde. Nii et Sofi ja Maia.
Yeah. Because the vibration of all those various languages going on at once sort of is, if you're not trying to control it and understand it and block everything out and not have anything else disturb you.
Ja energiat liiguvad vabalt tegelikult, kui selle ruumi anname, nagu Kass ütles, et isegi siis, kui me räägime erinevates keeltes, siis see ühendus toimib ja need keeled annavad seda energiat veel juurde. So, then I have another question, Kass. I am in Estonian, so then you can I ask it in English. Millal sa said aru sellest, et sul on ühendus oma kehaga? When did you know when you have connection with your body?
I'm going to wait to answer it so that they can translate it. If you read it first in English and then in Estonian, then they can have the choice simultaneously or not. It's just, well, I started to talk about that. I'm going to tell you, probably absolutely when I was a kid, when I was very young.
kui Kass oli väike laps, siis juba sellest hetkest. Alates.
And at what point I started cutting that off and blocking that off, I don't have a precise answer for you.
Et selles hetkest, kui ma hakkasin nii-öelda seda ühendust oma kehaga blokkima, ma ei mäleta täpselt, et mul ei ole õiget nagu selles mõttes ma ei mäleta seda, millal see juhtus.
And I know this because I remember the moment, like I said before, when right around my solar plexus area, I felt this spacious opening start.
Ja siis ühel hetkel, siis kui ta tunnetas oma siis päikesepõimikust, on siin rinnakorvi all siin kolmnurgas sellist nagu avanemist või just nagu läks avaramaks see tunnetus kehas.
It was actually during the first, it was at that time a 2-day body class that I was hosting in Rome. And I felt, as I was walking in the venue, I felt this opening up of my solar plexus that sort of opened up my heart, and I said,
Ja sellel hetkel siis, kui Kass esimest korda siis korraldas kursust, tollel ajal oli see 2-päevane kehaklass, praegu on see 3-päevane, siis ta osales seal klassis ja tunnetas just nagu sellist soojust, kus ta tõesti ütleb, et süda just nagu avanes.
And the moment I can describe that millisecond, what was the what felt like 100 years go by.
Ja seda millisekundit, mil siis tundus Kassile just nagu tõesti 100 aastat möödus selle millisekundi jooksul.
Yeah, because I had been asking the questions, you know, like I said, the clearing statement and the verbal processing, asking for more perception, asking for more knowing, being and receiving. I had been asking for a couple of years.
Ta oli juba siis selleks hetkeks, kui ta sellel kursusel oli, küsinud juba mitmeid aastaid, et tema ellu tuleks midagi enamat, midagi rohkemat, midagi suurepärasemat, kõike seda ühendust rohkem.
And then when it came up,
ja kui see siis juhtus, mida ta küsis, et ta sai selle.
I wasn't expecting it. It was like nothing I dreamed it would be. It just was different.
Ja sellel hetkel ta nagu ei osa seda oodatagi, see tundus lihtsalt nii teistmoodi kõik see.
But that's not the thing. The thing was that it was so new and yet so familiar at the same time.
Et see polnud iseenesest mitte see, mida ta tahtis öelda, et see oli tegelikult nii uus taju ja tunnetus ja samal ajal oli see nii tuttav.
Right. And the only way I can say it is like turning to the right and seeing someone, noticing for the first time that someone is standing beside you, like as if they've just come up.
Ja see on umbes sama, nagu sa keerad lihtsalt paremale ja märkad täies hiilguses kohalolus seda teist inimest, et keegi seisab su kõrval.
So the joy of, wow, hi!
Et see on see rõõm, see hei, sina!
And then almost, the only way I can describe it is sort of a sadness in the recognition that they had always been there.
Ja ainus asi, mida ta nagu oskab nagu sõnades veel panna, on see, et mingine selline väikene kurbuse hetk, et tegelikult on ju seal kogu aeg olnud. Aga just nüüd, sellel hetkel, ta märkas seda.
All that in a split second.
Ja see oli kõik siis millisekundi jooksul.
Do you get it? It was like, wow, this is what it is. And oh my God, I know this. This isn't new. I know this. When is it that I decided that this was not a good idea and I stopped this?
Ja sellel hetkel siis ta just nagu tekkis selline nagu, et issand, ma olen seda kogu teadnud, millal ma lõpetasin selle ühendusega olemise.
Yeah.
Nii et see oli selline äratundmine, samas selline kurbus, et pole seda teinud pikka aega.
Yeah, and really it's been quite an extraordinary and continues to be an extraordinary journey since then, inviting more space, inviting more connection, inviting more communion with my body. Extraordinary journey.
Ja kogu see nii-öelda see rännak sellel Access Consciousnessi kursustel ja nüüd vahendajana siis on tõsiselt iga korraga toonud aina enam ja aina enam seda ühendust just kehadega.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I hope that you get it, what I mean. Yeah, with just the.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We in Estonia are gonna have a class in May soon. And there will be a lot of Estonians and people outside from this, our beautiful country, coming to this beautiful, small, delicious, yummy country. And the question about that, people here, probably also other countries, they are so much, they want you, if there is some kind of called sickness or some disease or something, to change that. Is it really how much you need to work to get that change through? Or is it easy?
Right.
Ma nüüd räägin eesti keeles. Kass, I take it in Estonia.
Oh, right. You want me to do the Estonian? I can do the Estonian part if you want.
Can you do it?
Yeah. I'll just get that. Don't worry. Go ahead.
Exactly. Et Kass tuleb meil maikuus Eestisse tegema mitmeid kursuseid ja tuleb Eestis siis kursustele Eestist rahvast igalt poolt välismaalt ja paljud inimesed, kes tulevad ja kes meie ümber on, tihti me tahame kogu aeg nii-öelda terveneda ja terveks saada ja paljud inimesed on küsinud, et kas see, kui raske siis on nii-öelda seda muutust oma kehasse luua või sellest haigusest vabaneda, et kui palju see nõuab pingutust või vaeva?
Yeah, you know, it's a choice.
Et see on lihtsalt valik.
It really is a choice, and that's one of the reasons I do these classes and I travel around so much.
Ja see on ka üks põhjus, miks ma teen need kursuseid ja miks ma nii palju ringi reisin mööda maailma.
Yeah, because I used to live really a lot in my head.
Ma varem elasin tohutult palju oma peas kogu aeg.
I had to understand things. I had a good brain. I went, lots of schooling, and I wanted to use my brain, and things had to make rational sense.
Ma pidin kõigest aru saama, pidin kõike õppima, pidin kõike lugema, kõike mõistma.
Yeah. So I have developed, let's say, a capacity to communicate the same concept in different ways, on different levels, with words, with gestures, and by showing it.
Seda sama, mida ta varem peas tegi, ta on leidnud nüüd teistsuguse viisi suhelda küsimustega, intuitiivselt, kehadega, et luua muutusi.
Yeah, that was good. I'm sorry, it was a long piece. Sorry about that. And so, and I invite my body also to show people. I mean, I really, I invite my body to assist me in communicating and inviting people to that very fast.
Ja ta kutsub siis sellega tegelikult oma keha ka kaasa, et luua siis muutusi teiste kehades ja teiste inimeste eludes.
Yeah, it's something that we all have.
See on tegelikult anne või võimekus, mis meil kõikidel on, kõikidel, ka sinul.
I don't know when you're sorry. And we all have really good reasons for being for moving away from that or blocking that out.
Ja üks asi, mis meil veel on suurepärane võimekus, kõike seda blokkida, seda võimekust, tervendada ennast ja teisi.
Okay. It can have to do with where we were raised. It can have to do with the culture, with our parents, with our partners, lots of different things.
See võib olla siis põhjustatud igasugustest erinevatest asjadest, kultuurist või oma minevikust, oma perekonnast siis lähtuvalt.
Yeah, and the verbal clearings of access consciousness are perfect with that, because for the people who do have it really, are mental and need to understand it, we do a few verbal clearings and their mind goes, oh, forget it.
Yeah, really, yeah. Et paljudele inimestele sobib suurepäraselt siis need verbaalsed muudatuse tegemised, siis verbaalsed protsessid, et luua muutusi kehas, eriti nendele, kes palju mõtlevad.
Yeah. And at the same time, while we're doing the verbal clearings, there is a physical demonstration, lots of physical demonstrations in the difference between being present in your life and perceiving the space and perceiving your body and not.
Ja samal ajal, kui me teeme kustutuslauseid, on ka siis, või siis kehaprotsesse mõlemaid, tegelikult me saame hakata tunnendama iseennast ja oma elu, oma keha palju enam. Ja vastu võtta sellisena, nagu ta päriselt on.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people, you know, what is it that would make your life worth living, worth celebrating, worth, exuberant expression, yeah.
Mis on see, mis on sinu jaoks elamist väärt? Milline on elu siis, kui elu on sinu jaoks elamist väärt? Oled sa küsinud seda küsimust?
Yeah. Sometimes we don't dare to dream because we don't want to be disappointed.
Ja mõnikord me isegi ei julge unistada, sest me kardame pettuda.
Yeah. So what we explore a bit in the classes and in the workshops is, let's say, a safe space in which you can, okay, for these moments here, I will allow myself to dream, to expand, to explore what it is that makes me so present and so wanting and desirous to be here 100%. I'll allow myself that in these moments.
Ja nendes klassides, mis siis toimub, mida Kass tuleb Eestisse tegema, on see, et me lubame endal astuda sisse sellesse energiasse, kus me siis avardame tegelikult seda, mida me kogu aeg oleme soovinud, et siis luua seda energiat oma ellu ja kehas.
Yeah, and in the we're doing the ease and amusement of living consciously, dancing with riches on the evening of Thursday the 14th.
Ja, me teeme ühe õhtuklassi, mille pealkiri on siis ka, et kerguse lõbu teadlikust elamisest ja ärist rahaga. See on selline õhtuklass, 2 tunnine.
And then the 3-day body class from the 15th through the 17th, right?
Et see, mida ma just mainisin, oli siis 14. mai õhtul ja 3-päevane kehaklass 15. kuni 17. maini, siis 3 päeva.
And then the evening of the first day of the body class, we're going to do a class, a specialty class that I do called light or heavy.
Ja siis esimese päeva õhtul, 15. õhtul, me teeme ühe sellise spetsiaalse klassi või õhtuklassi veel, mille pealkirjaks on kerge või raske, mis on hästi selline eriklass. What's that about? What's heavy or light? What?
Exactly. Well, so it doesn't really matter if someone's watching this afterwards, because I usually do those series of classes together. And what I find that they work well together, because first we explore some of the reasons and justifications that we have for not having ease in our lives, for not being in the flow of our lives, right? With the dancing with riches.
Ja, üks väga oluline asi, või huvitav asi, mida me inimestena siin elus kogu aeg teeme, on see, et me õigustame ja kaitseme seda mõtet, et mikspärast meil ei saa olla lihtne, kerge elu. Olete pannud tähele?
And we get to laugh at ourselves.
Ja muidugi hakkame naerma enda üle,
In complete loving allowance.
Oleme muidugi täielikus lubamises selles osas.
And then with the light and heavy, it's about making your life easy. It's about recognizing what the right choice for you is in any moment. It's really cool.
Ja see õhtuklass kerguse lõbu teadlikust elamisest äri ja rahaga on siis tegelikult õhtuklass kõikidele, kus me siis kasutame vahendeid, et sa saaksid aru ja jõuaks sulle kohale teadlikult, mis on sinu jaoks kõige panustavam viis?
I mean, sometimes you just have an awareness. You just know something. It's just like, no, this is the way it is. I feel it. People say I feel it in my gut. It's an intuition. I'm totally clear about this, right? And that's an awareness.
Mõnikord inimesed saavad teadlikkuse sellest, et nendel on see täielikult selge, mis asi see siis on.
But some of us, are like, well, should I do this or should I do that? What would be the right move for me? What's going to create more? I don't have clarity on this. So weighing the pros and the cons type of thing.
ja väga paljudel inimestel on sellised nagu kahtlusi ja kõhklusi, et mida ma peaks siis valima, et mis muutusi, kuidas ma peaks neid tegema, nagu kaalutlevad hästi palju ja nad ei jõua selle nagu valiku tegemiseni lihtsalt. Neil on nagu, et mis siis on see, mida ma peaksin valima, mis on mulle panustab.
Yeah, and the light or heavy class is about using this tool called light or heavy and allowing your body to give you information about when something is the right choice for you in that moment. If it feels light, it's right. If it's heavy, it's a lie for you in that moment. So we explore that and have fun with playing with that. It's really a experiential experience type of workshop. Is that too much altogether?
That's okay. I take energy anyway. Sama tõlgin energiat, ma täpselt sõna-sõnalt ei tõlgi, et see õhtuklass, mis on siis sellest kerge ja raske õhtuklass, mille pealkiri on kerge ja raske, on tegelikult see, et anda sulle kätte vahendid, kuidas teha valikut nii, et see avardab sind. Iga kord, kui sa küsid küsimuse, kui sul tekib selline kerge tunnetus pärast küsimust, siis on see, mis on sinu jaoks ja mis avardab sinu elu.
Yeah.
Et kui on raske, siis ära vali, selline nagu kokkutõmbu, see ei ole sinu jaoks. Et selleks, et sa saaksid enda jaoks teha seda parimat, panustavamat valikut tollel hetkel.
Exactly. And so, when it's not immediately clear to you, you can use this tool to see what's right for you in any given moment. And it's a lot of fun. And it makes life and choosing really easy, and these are amazing tools. I have a teleseries called Light or Heavy, and that'll be up on the website soon. And it's about bodies, relationship, money, business. So 4 different calls on that. And we've got Gary Douglas on that series too.
Kassi siis õhtuklass on tõsiselt suurepärane. Just mõttes saadet vahendid ja ta teeb selle kohta veel eraldi raadiosaadet, tasub Kassi kodulehelt vaadata. What's the website you have?
It's my name, KassThomase.com.
Et Kass Thomase üks sõna.com, tema lehelt saab siis ühenduda nende raadiosaadete, kus ta siis teeb neid õhtud, kus siis vahendab inimestele teadlikkust.
Yeah. So, did I answer your question? I don't even remember what the question was.
Yeah, absolutely. Vastasid minu küsimustele. Is there anything else? When we created this Facebook page and all this thing, people are so much, spending the time outside of the bodies. They are like living in the past, thinking, oh, this was this time when I did that shit choice, or oh, I'm dreaming about that, and always somewhere in the future. So they're never in this moment in the bodies. So what's the easiest tool what they can use to create this be in this moment with total ease, with contribution with the bodies? In Estonia shortly.
Yes.
Kui me seda Google Hangoutsi planeerisime ja kogu kursust Eestis, siis väga paljud inimesed veedavad suure osa oma ajast kehast väljaspool. Nad on oma mõtete, tunnete, emotsioonidega kusagil minevikus, mingisuguse valiku juures või mingisuguse kogemuse juures. Ja nad ei ole siin kohal. Nad just nagu haletsevad kogu aeg midagi või muretsevad millegi üle minevikus. Või teine hulk inimesi, kes just nagu kogu aeg elab tulevikus, et siis, kui ma ükskord vanaks saan, vaat siis ma hakkan seda tegema, või vaat siis, kui ma pensionile jään, või siis, kui ma saan selle raha, või vaat siis, kui ma olen terve, vaat siis ma saan teha need valikuid. Et mida teha siis, kui sa oled kohal? Et kuidas olla kohal nüüd ja kohe ja praegu ja elada täiel rinnal? Mis on need vahendid, mida sa saad kasutada, et elada nüüd?
There's so many places to go with that question. One is you're talking about many people are not present in the moment.
Ja paljud inimesed ei ole siis, me räägime paljudest võimalikustest, kuidas ja mida kasutada, et paljud inimesed ei ole kohal oma kehas sellel hetkel.
Right. I would dare to say most people are not.
Enamik inimesi ei ole, ütleks ma.
And that's changing, and we're changing that.
Ja see muutub praegu kogu aeg ja meie muudame seda Accessi klassides väga palju.
Yeah. And it's really boring to be present in the moment when no one else is present with you.
Ja ausalt öeldes, miks me seda ei ole, sest see on suhteliselt igav, sest et kui keegi teine ei ole sellel hetkel kohal oma kehas ja sina oled, see on igav.
So one of the things that is to invite people to be present with you when you're present. And one of the tools you can use is simply asking, am I present in my body? Am I present in my body? What invitation can I be to this person to be present in their body?
Ja üks vahend, mida sa teha saad, et muuta seda iseendas ja teistes inimestes, et nad oleksid kohal sellel hetkel oma kehas ja selles hetkes, on see, kui sina valid seda olla. Ja teine vahend, kui sa küsid küsimuse, what was that? What energy is based on consciousness?
Sure, you can say that. Yeah. I said what invitation, but you can say what energy is based on consciousness too, yeah.
Ja milline kutse ma saan olla praegu oma kehas, et olla kutsega teistele inimestele olla oma kehas.
Yeah, and that, go ahead.
Yeah.
That's a bit the space of being in communion with bodies, because the more space there is in your body, the more pleasant it is for you to hang out there.
Ja samas ka see, et mida rohkem sa oled ühenduses oma kehaga, seda rohkem on sul ruumi ja sa saad nagu, sul on ruumi olla ka teiste hulgas, teiste inimeste hulgas, kes ei ole ühenduses oma kehadega.
Yeah, and you know, we do this exercise of, you know, just touching your arms, right?
Me teeme vahel sellist harjutust, et kui sa puudutad oma kätt näiteks või põski.
Touch your face.
Katsu oma nägu näiteks praegu.
Touch your legs.
Katsu oma jalgu näiteks.
You can feel the external edges of your body, like where your body ends, right?
Ja sa tunned ju siis seda välispiire, oma keha välispiire, kus su keha just nagu lõpeb.
Yeah. But just close your eyes for one moment.
Pane korraks oma silmad kinni.
Everybody listening, or who will be listening, and see if you can find the external edges of you, not your body, of you, the person, the being. So,
ja tunneta, kas sa leiad oma keha, leiad üles oma keha enda välispiirid, mitte oma keha välispiirid, vaid iseenda välispiirid.
Do you end where your body ends, or is everywhere you look, everywhere you bring your awareness, you're there too?
Et kas sa lõped seal, kus su keha lõpeb, või oled sa igal pool, kuhu su teadlikkus liigub?
Yeah. If you thought about the school you went to when you were 7 years old, is your awareness there? Are you there and present there too?
Et kui sa olid 7-aastane, läksid oma kooli või lähed praegusel hetkel sellesse hetke, kas sa oled seal?
That's a lot of space.
Ja aga see pole mitte väga palju ruumi. See on väga suur ruum või avarus.
That's a lot of being.
Ja see on väga palju olemist.
Yeah. And that's a lot to fit into the frame of just this body.
Ja kui palju sul on vaja kasutada või et ennast kokku suruda, et sobituda sellesse kehasse.
Yeah. So for a lot of people, the body is too small for them.
Paljude inimeste jaoks lihtsalt keha on väga väike ja liiga väike, nad ei mahu oma kehasse.
And what I invite people to recognize is that you don't have to confine yourself to your body.
Ja see, mida ma inimesi kutsun valima, on see, et sul pole vaja iseennast defineerida oma kehas ega ka
restrict yourself to your body. Yeah. Yes. And stay with me for a second. You don't have to just be in your body, but you don't have.
Yeah. Sul ei ole vaja olla ainult oma kehas, sa võid olla igal pool.
But you don't have to, when you expand and your awareness all over, you don't have to leave completely your body. You can maintain a presence in your body and also expand out and have your awareness, you know, to your friend, to your mom, to your loved one, Paris, Estonia, wherever you'd like, without leaving and abandoning your body.
Ja sellel hetkel, kui sa avardud nii-öelda selle oma olemisega, see ei tähenda seda, et sa pead oma keha maha jätma.
Yeah.
Et kui sa koheselt näiteks Roomasse Kassi juurde või kuhugi Ungarisse või Austriasse või ükskõik kuhu. Ja samal ajal tunnetad oma keha, et ma olen siin ikkagi, aga samal ajal seal.
So that's one answer. There's lots of different answers. I hope that's a simple enough answer with the time we have. There's a lot of different ways, and it is quite easy, and it's just changing your point of view.
Ja, et need viise, kuidas seda omale luua, need on väga palju lihtsaid ja see on lihtsalt üks paljudest ja tegelikult see on lihtsalt üks vaatepunkt, mismoodi saab seda siis muuta.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to talking with people online and meeting them and inviting them to being that space and being willing to play and be present in their bodies. Yeah.
Ja mina kutsun paljusid inimesi siis olema kohal oma kehaga sellel hetkel ja nendel kursustel. Kas some testimonials, some great stories you have experienced or heard? I'm so sure you have got a lot of those stories what are just amazing because I get them all the time. And you have been 8 years in Access Consciousness as a facilitator. Oh my God, I have been only 3 years. So
yeah, well, I can just tell you the thing that comes immediately is when body class I did in February in South Africa. This woman, so adorable, said to me, for the first time in 50 years I feel my feet.
Et ma küsisin Kassi käest siis seda, et mõni selline tore lugu, milliseid muutusi või tervenemisi on siis inimesed kogenud, kes tema kursustel on käinud. Et ta just käis Lõuna-Aafrikas ühel kursusel, kus üks vanaproua pärast 3-päevast kehaklassi ütles, et esimest korda 15 or 50.
50.
Esimest korda 50 aasta jooksul ta tunnetab oma jalgu.
And she said,
what she said?
And she said, and I feel my blisters now.
Blisters? What's that?
Blisters, when you have boils on your feet, when your feet have boils on them. Yeah, blisters. Yeah, like when your lip spreads out. I feel how sore they are now.
Ja, ehk siis ma ei oska seda päriselt eesti keelde panna, aga igal juhul ta tunnetab seda, see tunnetus on nii terav ja selge, mida ta pole 50 aastat kogenud.
Yeah. So for the first time in 50 years, I feel my feet, and now I feel how many blisters I have. Thanks a lot, Kass Thomase. You know.
Just selle peale suur tänu. Täitsa uskumatud lood. Something else, some healing stories more.
You know, and I want to give. We've only got a couple more minutes, and I'd like to give the other girls something to see if Maya or Sophie would like to say something. People have had, you know, what you would call miracles with this work and with these classes and with these tools. And people who have been in pain for years, no longer having that pain. People stop taking medicines. The doctors no longer find the condition for which they're taking the medicines. There's lots of those stories and
lugusid imelistest tervenemistest, kus on inimesed kannatanud valude käes terve võib-olla elu või siis võtnud mingeid ravimeid, kus nad lõpetavad ravimite võtmise, et neid lugusid on väga-väga palju.
Yeah, and it's all about people's willingness, though. Without that, with that, everything is possible.
Ja see sõltub kõik sellest valmisolekust seda konkreetset olukorda muuta. Sest kui see valmisolek on olemas, siis on ka võimalikkus olemas.
Yeah, and without that, probably you're not having that much fun holding on to your points of view that don't allow magic to show up in your life.
Ja ilma selleta, selle valmisolekuta on siis tegelikult tervenemised ei ole võimalikud, sest et inimesed armastavad mõnikord oma valusid samamoodi.
Yeah. So what fixed point of view do you have?
Milline, mis vaatepunkt, tahkestunud vaatepunkt sul on?
That you could change.
Mida sa võiksid muuta.
And if you were willing to change it,
ja kui sa oleksid valmis seda muutma,
would give you more ease,
annaks sulle rohkem kergust,
more space,
rohkem ruumi,
and more communion with your body.
ja rohkem ühendust oma kehaga.
And everything that doesn't allow that,
ja kõik, mis seda ei luba,
times a godzillion,
korda kaadsilja.
Please destroy and uncreate it.
Palun ka sa hävitid ja kustutad selle kõik.
Yeah, right, wrong, good, bad, all 9 podpog, short boys and beyonds. Cool, cool. Maya, Sophie, do you guys have anything from your online? No?
Maya, Sophie, kas teil on midagi küsida?
Okay, awesome, awesome. Do you want to add anything?
You asked me.
No, to the girls there? Mm-hmm. Maya or Sophie? Sophie says no. Maya? Sort of. I don't know if she's saying no or not. Yes, no?
Yes, no.
She's like, I'm not sure how to add something, and she says no. Okay, cool. All right, awesome, awesome. And what about you? How much fun can you have as we're waiting? We're going to have the simultaneous translations in the class, and we did that in Hurwitz, and it was gorgeous and wonderful in 3 languages: English, German, and Hungarian.
Oh, where was that? In what country?
In Heves, which is in Hungary, and it's just 2 hours from Vienna, and it's 2 hours from everywhere, basically.
Et kui Eestis käest tuleb 14. mail Eestisse tegema siis 3-päevast kehaklassi 15–17 mai, me teeme sellise otsetõlke eesti keelde ja samal ajal tõlgitakse ka paljudesse teistesse riikidesse, nii et alles just Kass käis Ungaris, kus siis oli väga mitmesse keelde üheaegne tõlge. How many people participated there?
We had 45.
45 inimest siis osales Ungaris selles kehaklassis. Kui palju, how many people we would like have? We would have gazillion times more, please.
Well, we're going to be doing an English and Estonian, and what would it take to have another language? We have the capacity for another language thus far, and we can even have more. So we can have the translation. If people are interested in that, please send an email to kass@kassthomas.com in whatever language you would like, and we'll get it translated and see what else is possible. Yeah.
Ja Eestis siis kindlasti tuleb mida vaja selleks, et oleks palju teistest riikidest inimesi ja ka sina, kes sa pole veel teisest riigist, oled eestlane. Igal juhul, kui palju tõlkeid me saame luua siis sellele kursusele?
And you'll certainly be doing hopefully some foundation and level 1 classes before that, so people can get in their prerequisites for the 3-day body class. But for the evening classes, on the ease and amusement of living consciously, dancing with riches, and light or heavy, there are no prerequisites. But for the 3-day body class, there's foundation level 1. And when are you doing those?
I'm doing that 23rd until 26th of April. I'm doing that, and in May 7th to 10th we have Gary and Dane online video reply as oh my God, it's gonna explode the world. So welcome to the classes.
Exactly. So if you get it,
I need to say it in Estonian.
You need to say it in Estonian. You need to say it. But before you say it in Estonian, please, in Maya and Sophie, if you've got, you're both certified facilitators. If you've got classes going on, please let people know so that they can, or you've got pods going on for Gary and Dane, so that they can get the prerequisites in and come to the class in Tallinn or in somewhere else in the world if you can't make Tallinn.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
osaleda siis 3-päevases kehaklassis oleks vajalik ennem läbida põhiklassid, baastase kursuse, tase 1 kursuse. Mina korraldan neid siis 23–26 aprill Tallinnas ja samuti 7–10 mai Tallinnas, mis on siis otse videokordusena Accessi loojate Gary ja Dane'iga Austraaliast. Nii et selleks, et osaleda 3-päevasel, on vaja läbida ennem need. Kuidas saab veel paremaks minna?
Yeah, how does it get any better than that?
Kuidas saab veel paremaks minna? ja õhtuklassid kerge või raske ja siis kerguse lõbu teadlikust elamisest ärist rahaga. Nendes klassides ei ole vaja mingisuguseid eeltingimusi, kõik inimesed on teretulnud nendesse klassidesse.
Yes.
Ja infot selle kohta saate siis minu käest Kaidi Karilaid koduleheküljelt Kingdom of Possibilities, my webpage, kingdomofpossibilities.com või siis kaidik@gmail.com.
Awesome. And the lovely Kirsty could not be with us for this hangout, but hopefully she will be again. So I hope she'll listen to it. Hi, Kirsty. We miss you.
We miss you.
Yeah, and thank you so much for the invitation. I'm really looking forward to Tallinn. I'm really looking forward to coming a day earlier and playing and visiting your beautiful city and country, and hearing this language, which is so playful. So I know how to say thank you in Hungarian, köszönöm. I know how to say it in auf Deutsch, Dankeschön. And will you share with us how you say it in Estonian so that we can get our molecules moving with some Estonian vibrations?
Yeah, we have multiple possibilities to say that, but usually we say aitäh.
Aitäh?
Yeah, perfect.
Aitäh, I like that. That's easy. Aitäh. Did you get that, Sophie? Aitäh. Awesome.
Kass õppis siis eesti keeles ka ütlema sõna aitäh. Ta väga ootab tulekut siia Tallinnasse, Eestisse, et siis kohtuma meie kõigiga. Ta pole siin kunagi käinud, nii et milline kutse ja inspiratsioon me saame olla talle. Ja panus. Aitäh, Kass.
Awesome. And just in closing, so what space of being
milline olemise ruum
are we now ready to be with our bodies?
Oleme me nüüd valmis olema oma kehadega.
What else could we choose?
Mida rohkem saaksime, mida enamat saaksime me valida?
And what could you do with your body that you couldn't do without your body?
Ja mida sa saaksid teha oma kehaga, mida sa ei saaks teha ilma kehata?
You can feel the wind on your cheeks with your body.
Kas sa tunnetad seda tuuleõhku oma põskedel?
You can feel, since you're in Estonia, you can feel the snowflakes on your eyelashes with your body.
Ja kui me oleme eestlased, siis me kindlasti saame tunnetada ka seda lumehelbeid oma ripsmetel. Nüüd küll juba kevad, aga talvel.
Do you know what Eskimo kisses are, like when you rub noses together?
Sa teate, mis tähendab Eskimo suudlus, siis kui pannakse ninad kokku.
Yeah. You can get chills when something really moves you.
Ja võite saada külmavärinaid ja sellise tunnetuse, kui keegi tõsiselt puudutab sind.
You can dance.
Sa võid tantsida.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can swim.
Ja saad ujuda.
Just to name a few.
Lihtsalt mõned neist võimalustest, mida sa saad teha kehaga, mida sa ei saa teha ilma kehata.
Yeah. So what pleasure can you and your body experience together?
Millist naudingut saate sina ja su keha kogeda koos?
That would bring you more joy.
Mis toob sulle rohkem rõõmu.
Yeah. And just a little thing to start with, and whether or not you have a great communication with your body or no communication at all, you think, with your body.
Ja siis, kui sul on hea ühendus oma kehaga, või sa tead, et sul pole üleüldse mingisugust ühendust oma kehaga, siis üks väga hea viis, millega alustada.
Just a little, just touch on your arm or something and say, thank you, body.
Lihtsalt puuduta oma keha ükskõik kus kohast ja ütle oma kehale, aitäh keha.
Yeah. Thank you for always being with me.
Aitäh keha, et sa oled minuga kogu aeg koos.
Even when I'm not with you.
Isegi siis, kui mina sinuga koos ei ole.
Yeah. And just for today,
ja lihtsalt täna,
I promise to be more aware of you.
Ma luban, et ma olen rohkem sinust teadlik.
Trust you more.
Ja usaldan sind rohkem.
Honor you more.
Austan sind rohkem.
be more in allowance of you.
Olen rohkem sinu osas lubamises.
Be grateful for you.
Olen sinule tänulik.
And not put up barriers against you, our relationship. Be more vulnerable with you.
Ja ma ei pane omale kaitseid ette, et sinust eralduda. Ma olen sinuga haavatav.
Yeah, that's a little bit more about the space of being in communion with bodies.
See on see, mis tähendab olla ühenduses kehadega.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kaidi.
Aitäh, Kaidi, aitäh. Thank you so much, Kass. So much.
To you. And thank you, Sophie, and thank you, Maya, and everyone.
Thank you, Maya.
Yeah, and yeah, and we'll talk to you again.
Ja, me räägime jälle. We're so excited, Kass. So welcome to Estonia.
Me too. Thank you. I'm so excited to come. And follow us, you know, chat us up on Facebook, The Art of Being Kass. On Facebook, we have a little event page. Please, you know, give us some love. Show us some love. Give us some...
Meil on Facebooki lehekülg, kus te saate siis tagasisidet anda ja meiega suhelda. Aitäh teile kõigile.
And thank you to the lovely people who came to have it and just changed my life once again. So every time it's wonderful. Thank you to the great team that was there.
Iga kord, kui ma teid kohtan, ükskõik kus, muutub minu elu ja minu keha. Aitäh. Thank you. Bye.